Hidden dimensions? Blessings in disguise.
Science Makes Me Smile, presented by young Dr. JGC, a creation of old Dr. JGC.
I am young Dr. JGC. Let's begin.
Higher dimensions may lie beyond the veil of our perception, not by accident, but for our own protection.
Today's narration by old Dr. JGC.
When we speak about dimensions, we usually begin with what is familiar. We know length, we know width, we know height. These are the dimensions of the world we move through every day. We walk across rooms, climb stairs, open doors, reach for objects, and measure distance. To us, three-dimensional space feels complete. It feels natural. It feels like reality itself. But then we ask, what if reality is not limited to what feels natural to us? What if there are dimensions beyond the three we can see? We are all aware that, at least in theory, other dimensions are possible. The fourth dimension is often described as time. In physics, we do not simply exist in space, we exist in space-time. Every event has a location, but it also has a moment. Something does not merely happen somewhere, it happens sometime. But in geometry, the fourth dimension can also mean something else, another direction of space, beyond length, width, and height. Not up, not down, not left, not right, not forward, not backward, but another kind of direction entirely. A direction we can describe with mathematics, but cannot easily imagine. This raises an important question. If the fourth dimension is real, does it need the first three dimensions in order to exist? Maybe not. Maybe we only call it fourth because we're counting from our own experience. We know three dimensions, so anything beyond them becomes the fourth. But if that dimension is truly real, then it doesn't need our three-dimensional world to justify itself. It would have its own reality, its own structure, its own meaning. The label depends on us. The existence may not. A dimension is not exactly a place, like an empty room waiting to be filled. A dimension is more like a possibility built into reality. It is a way something can move, vary, be located, or be described. This is why we use the phrase degree of freedom. A degree of freedom is one independent way something can move or change. A bead on a wire has 1 degree of freedom. It can move forward or backward along the wire. A point on a flat surface has 2 degrees of freedom. It can move side to side and forward and backward. A bird in the air has 3 degrees of freedom. It can move in all the ways our space allows. So, a dimension is not just emptiness. It is freedom. It is permission within the structure of reality. But then another question comes. Could a dimension exist and remain unoccupied? I believe the better question is not whether it is occupied, but whether it has consequence. If a dimension has no effect, no relation, no influence, no access, no connection to anything, then it becomes almost impossible to distinguish from nothing at all. But if it shapes reality, if it affects matter, energy, gravity, consciousness, or spirit, then it may be real, even if we cannot enter it. Much of reality may exist beyond the reach of our senses. That leads us to the human mind. What would happen if the human mind could access higher dimensions? I do not think we would understand them immediately. I think we would first experience confusion, maybe fear, maybe awe, maybe something like dreaming. A higher dimensional reality might appear impossible to us. A closed room might no longer be truly closed. The inside of an object might be visible from the outside. Distance might behave differently. Time might feel less stable. Things that appear separate to us might be connected in ways we cannot understand. The human mind is designed to survive in this world. It is tuned to this layer of reality. It filters. It simplifies. It protects us from too much information. And perhaps that is not an accident. Perhaps our inability to physically access higher dimensions is not only a limitation, perhaps it is also a mercy. A boundary is not always a punishment. Sometimes a boundary is protection. If human beings had access to higher dimensions, we might possess powers we are not morally prepared to carry. We might pass through barriers, see what should remain hidden, bypass distance, invade privacy, and handle realities too great for our wisdom. To give great access without great holiness would be dangerous. So, maybe the veil is there for a reason. Maybe we are not locked out because we are insignificant. Maybe we are shielded because we are not yet ready. Even in ordinary geometry, we see hints of this mystery. Imagine a point moving on a curled line. The line may twist and bend through a larger space, but if the point is confined to the line, it still has only 1 degree of freedom. It can only move forward or backward along the path. The path may belong to a greater space, but the traveler experiences only the freedom allowed by the path. Perhaps we are like that point. Perhaps our lives move along a path inside a much larger reality. So, maybe dimensions are not just measurements. Maybe they are layers of possibility, ways that reality allows existence, movement, perception, and relationship. And maybe human limitation does not mean higher realities are absent. It may simply mean that we are tuned to only one portion of creation. We live in length, width, height, and time. But perhaps beyond what we see, there are deeper structures, hidden freedoms, and greater realities known fully only to the one who created us. And perhaps, for now, that is mercy.
Thank you for watching Science Makes Me Smile. Remember to like and share with a friend.
Please let us know your thoughts about this episode.